It is probably safe to say that the most charismatic president we've ever had was John F. Kennedy.
First thing I did was fall in love with a married man.
But we now know that there were dark shadows over the Camelot years, stories of extramarital affairs.
Judith Campbell was a captivating and controversial figure during the 1960s, known not only for her striking beauty, but also for her tumultuous connections with some of the most powerful men in America at the time, including notorious mafia bosses like Sam Giancana and Carlo Gambino. Among her prominent relationships was one with President John F. Kennedy, a connection that has since ignited countless speculations and debates regarding the nature of their affair. As a socialite deeply embedded in the political landscape of her era, Campbell's ties extended beyond the halls of power into the shadowy dealings of organized crime. Her relationship with JFK reportedly began amidst the fervor of his presidency and served as a backdrop to some of the most critical moments in American history. But what did Judith Campbell really say about JFK before her death in 1999? Judith Campbell's relationship with John F. Kennedy began during a pivotal moment in American politics, a time marked by both charm and secrecy in the White House. As their affair developed, Campbell found herself caught in a web of political intrigue and personal ambition. Their meetings were often cloaked in discretion, safely shielded from the watchful eyes of the media and political adversaries. While the specifics of their relationship remain largely speculative, Campbell's connections to the mafia added a layer of intrigue. Her interactions with figures like Sam Giancana, who reportedly facilitated access to the president, illustrate the complex dynamics at play. According to Campbell, she was aware of the heightened stakes involved in her connections, stating in an interview, "I realized early on that I was wrapped up in a dangerous game." The impact of her involvement with both JFK and the mafia was profound. It not only shaped her life, but also reflected the intertwining of organized crime and political power during that era. The depths of their conversations often touched on sensitive issues of national importance, lending a sense of urgency to her role as a confidant. As a woman in the orbit of these powerful men, Campbell navigated a world where her voice could influence decisions, and yet her insights remained largely hidden from public view. Ultimately, Campbell's relationship with JFK serves as a lens through which we can examine the tumultuous atmosphere of the 1960s, emphasizing the risks and complexities of intimate connections in political landscapes teeming with ambition and danger. The dynamics of Judith Campbell's relationship with John F. Kennedy were anything but straightforward. While many viewed their connection through the lens of a romantic affair, the reality was likely more complicated. Their exchanges were often laced with political implications, revealing a partnership that encompassed both intimacy and strategic maneuvering. As Campbell became more entangled in the political landscape, she began to recognize the precariousness of her position. She was not merely a love interest, she was navigating a space where loyalty, ambition, and danger intersected. The stakes were high, and any slip could lead to dire consequences, not only for herself, but also for those around her. In a later reflection, Campbell remarked on the inherent risks, noting, "In that world, you never knew who was truly on your side and who was waiting to take you down." The secrecy surrounding their meetings added to the ambiguity of their relationship. Often shrouded in whispers, these encounters symbolized the dual nature of power, alluring yet perilous. Campbell's position as a go-between wielding influence was unique for a woman of her time, challenging traditional gender roles and expectations. This complex narrative underscores the idea that relationships within the political sphere are not simply personal, but are deeply intertwined with the broader socio-political environment. Campbell's relationship with JFK serves as a prime example of how personal and political ambitions can conflate, resulting in alliances that are both powerful and fraught with peril. As Judith Campbell's life unfolded, her proximity to John F. Kennedy and her connections to organized crime led to serious allegations regarding what she knew and what she might reveal about his presidency. Campbell's relationship with infamous mobsters like Sam Giancana positioned her at the intersection of political power and criminal influence, raising questions about the extent of her insider knowledge. In discussing her experiences, Campbell alluded to the perilous nature of the secrets she held. She acknowledged in interviews that the truth can be a weapon, suggesting that the information she possessed could disrupt not only her life, but also the political landscape. The weight of such knowledge placed her in a vulnerable position, particularly as she navigated the dangerous waters of high-stakes politics and organized crime. The intrigue surrounding her potential disclosures only intensified as rumors circulated about her involvement with various power players. Campbell's assertions regarding her understanding of JFK's political dealings hinted at a deeper narrative of complicity and risk. She claimed, "Everyone was playing a game, but I was never sure of the rules," reflecting the ambiguity and unpredictability that characterized her environment. Ultimately, the legacy of Judith Campbell is intricately woven with these allegations, painting a picture of a woman who became a reluctant participant in a drama far larger than herself. Her insights and experiences contribute to the ongoing discussions about the intertwining of personal relationships and public duty, and the risks faced by those who dare to operate in the shadows of power. Her death raised questions about potential cover-ups and the lengths to which individuals might go to protect secrets that could impact influential people. The idea that Campbell's life was at risk due to her knowledge was not unfounded. After all, she navigated a world filled with danger and betrayal. In reflecting on the risks she faced, Campbell once stated, "Living in that world meant always looking over your shoulder," encapsulating the constant threat she felt from both her relationships and the environment she inhabited. Despite her passing, the stories and questions surrounding her life continue to captivate those interested in the intertwining narratives of politics, crime, and celebrity. Many who followed her story speculate on what she might have revealed had she lived longer, further fueling the fires of conspiracy and curiosity. The lasting impact of Judith Campbell's life and the mysteries that remain after her death invite reflection on the fragile nature of power, the cost of secrets, and the potential consequences faced by those who dare to sprawl into the shadows of the powerful. Judith Campbell's life story continues to resonate due to the complexities surrounding her interactions with power, politics, and organized crime. As a woman who operated largely in the shadows, Campbell's narrative sheds light on the often overlooked roles women played during pivotal moments in history. Her experiences challenge conventional narratives and invite a deeper examination of the intersections between gender, power, and influence. While contemporaries often viewed her primarily through the lens of her relationships, her role as a confidant and intermediary raises critical questions about the agency of women in male-dominated spheres. In a reflection on her life, Campbell expressed, "I was not just a footnote in someone else's story, I had my own," emphasizing her desire for recognition and understanding beyond her association with powerful men. The discussions surrounding her life also highlight the ethical dilemmas faced by those involved in high-stakes political games. Campbell's experiences can serve as a cautionary tale about the implications of proximity to power and the personal costs that can arise from such entanglements. The complexity of her legacy lies in the blend of personal choices and the broader socio-political environment, prompting reflections on morality, loyalty, and the price of ambition.